Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving deep into Meta's hyperscale infrastructure. It's a fascinating look at how they've built their planetary scale system. Let's get started.
I'm eager to hear this. Meta's scale is mind-boggling. What are some of the core principles driving their infrastructure design?
Absolutely. A huge part of it is their move-fast culture. Continuous deployment is king. They're pushing code to production constantly. This, coupled with a heavy reliance on serverless functions, really boosts developer productivity.
That's intense. How do they manage the risk associated with such rapid deployments? Doesn't that increase the chance of outages?
That's a great point. They mitigate risk through extensive testing, staged rollouts, and robust health checks. They've also invested heavily in automating deployments, bringing that number up to 97% fully automated. Impressive, right?
Extremely. And what about hardware costs? Managing that much infrastructure must be incredibly expensive.
You're right, it's a massive undertaking. But Meta cleverly uses hardware-software co-design at a data center scale. They treat their entire global network of data centers as one giant computer, dynamically allocating resources across the board. They're not just optimizing within a single data center. They're optimizing globally.
That's a novel approach. How do they achieve that level of global optimization?
It's a multi-layered approach. They have tools that manage capacity globally, regionally, and even at the individual server level. They use things like mixed integer programming to distribute workloads efficiently. It's incredibly sophisticated.
Wow. So they're essentially using software to overcome limitations of cheaper hardware?
Precisely. They've even optimized for fault tolerance in their hardware choices, relying on software to compensate for the lack of redundancy in some areas. It's a fascinating example of how software can drive down hardware costs.
I see. What about their approach to AI? That's a huge area of investment for many companies.
Meta's AI strategy is fully integrated. They're co-designing the entire stack, from PyTorch and Llama to the AI accelerators, networks, and even the data centers themselves. It's a holistic approach, unlike anything I've seen before.
That's incredible. What about their engineering culture? Does that play a role in their infrastructure design?
Absolutely. Their culture emphasizes technology openness, both internally and externally. They use a monorepo, which facilitates code reuse and collaboration. They also openly share many of their designs and technologies through open source initiatives. It's a collaborative approach that fosters innovation.
That's a refreshing take on things. So what are some of the future directions they're looking at?
They see AI as the dominant workload of the future, and they're already adapting their infrastructure to handle the unique demands of AI. They also anticipate a rise in domain-specific hardware and a significant expansion of edge data centers to support things like the metaverse and IoT. It's a constantly evolving landscape.
Fascinating. This has been a truly insightful look into Meta's infrastructure. Thanks for sharing this.
My pleasure. It's amazing to see how they've built such a massive and complex system with such a focus on efficiency and innovation. Thanks for listening to Tech Bytes and News. We'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye.